Welcome to African Tales. Kindly watch, like and subscribe. Thanks. The title of our story is The Woman Who Married a Spirit and Her Secrets, Part 2.
The next night, I knew I had to return to the forest one last time. There were so many questions burning in my mind, so many secrets I didn't understand. I was drawn back by the mystery, by Rose's love for this spirit, and by the strange warning from the shadow that had haunted me ever since. So, as the village fell asleep and the moon climbed high, I made my way quietly to the river. I crouched low, hiding myself in the bushes, my heart pounding as I waited for Rose to arrive. I knew I shouldn't be there, but something inside me told me that this night would be different. This was the night I would finally understand the full story. Soon, I heard soft footsteps approaching, and there she was, moving silently, her eyes scanning the shadows as if expecting something to leap out at any moment. She looked both scared and determined. I watched as she knelt beside the river, her face filled with longing. The mist started to rise, swelling over the water, and out of it appeared the spirit man. This time, his face was sorrowful, his eyes filled with an emotion I didn't fully understand. He reached out for her, and she took his hand, holding it tightly. "Rose," he began, his voice softer than before, "this is the last time we can meet. It is too dangerous now." Rose shook her head, tears in her eyes. "I don't care about the danger. I love you. We belong together." The spirit man looked down, as though he was carrying a great weight. "There are things you don't know, Rose. I am not like you. I am bound to the river, tied to a different world. My world and yours are not meant to cross." Rosa's face fell, but she held onto his hand, unwilling to let go. "Then why did you come to me? Why did you make me love you?" The spirit man took a deep breath, his gaze filled with sadness. "Because I was lonely. I have watched your world for so long, yearning for the warmth and life that you all have. When I saw you, I couldn't stop myself. I wanted to feel what love was, even if it was just for a little while." Tears streamed down Rosa's face. "Then stay with me. We'll keep hiding, no one has to know." The spirit man shook his head. "It's not that simple. Love between a spirit and a human comes with a price, one that can bring harm to those around us. Already, others from my world know of our meetings, and they will stop at nothing to keep us apart." At that moment, the air grew cold, and a dark shadow appeared again at the edge of the clearing. I shivered as I realized it was the same shadow that had watched them before, but this time, it seemed angrier, more threatening. The shadow's voice echoed through the night, cold and sharp. "You have broken the law of the spirits," it hissed. "You do not belong together, and the price must be paid." Rose clung to the spirit man, her face filled with fear. "No. I love him. I won't let you take him away." The spirit man looked at her, his face twisted with regret. "Rose," he whispered, "there is only one way to end this peacefully. You must let me go. I have to return to my world alone, or the spirits will bring harm to you and everyone in your village." But Rose only tightened her grip, her eyes blazing with defiance. "I won't. You belong here with me." The shadow moved closer, swirling around them like a storm. I could feel the tension in the air, the power of the spirit world pressing down on us. And then, in a voice that shook the very trees, the shadow spoke again. "If you choose to stay together," it warned, "Rose will lose her place in this world. She will become like you, a spirit, bound to the river, lost to her people forever." The spirit man turned to Rose, his eyes filled with sorrow. "Do you hear that, Rose? If you stay with me, you'll be trapped in my world, unable to return to the village, unable to see your family or friends again." A silence hung in the air as Rose looked into his eyes, realizing the full weight of his words. Her hands trembled, but she didn't let go. "If that is the price," she whispered, "then I will pay it. I would rather be with you, even as a spirit, than live in a world without you." I watched, my heart heavy, as Rose and the spirit man embraced, their love defying all the rules and warnings. The shadow loomed closer, its voice hissing with anger. "Then your fate is sealed. And as I watched, Rosa's form began to change. Slowly, she grew pale, her skin taking on the same glow as the spirit man's. Her feet lifted off the ground, and a faint mist surrounded her as her body became one with the spirit world. In that final moment, I could see the look of peace and love on her face, even as she left behind everything she had ever known. She glanced back toward the village one last time, a silent goodbye, before she disappeared fully into the mist, bound to the river and to the spirit she loved. I returned to the village that night, feeling like I was carrying a heavy burden. No one would ever know what had happened, the sacrifice that Iriti had made for love. The villagers still wonder why Rose disappeared, where she went, and why she left us. But I know the truth. She found her heart's desire, even if it meant leaving our world behind. And occasionally, when I walk by the river at dusk, I see a faint glow in the mist and hear the soft echo of laughter. It's her, I'm sure of it, they're still there by the river, with her spirit man, forever together in a world beyond ours.
The end.
Thanks for watching. Kindly like and subscribe.